describes how and when you would set up an Ebonded case with Atos. E-bonding with Atos means we have the ability to send a case directly into their ticketing platform for their NOC. Likewise, they can send a case directly into our Salesforce ticketing platform for our NOC to look at. So the reasons you might use this typically are going to be if there's a network situation that requires Atos attention, either at the full kind of Synergem network basis or in an individual PSAP. And that's important because that helps Atos indicate where they need to work on service. So to set up a case, an Ebonded case with Atos, it's first very important to make sure you choose and set up the case from within the account, like I've talked about in the Setting Up Cases Manually video. There are basically two things. There's one account called the Atos NorCal Common Network account. And you'll notice that within all of these accounts, there's the PSAP URI, which is obviously the URI address for the PSAP. That URI is what Atos uses to link into their system so they know which account or which location needs to be addressed. So for the Atos NorCal Common Network, you would search for this particular account. If it were an individual PSAP, in this case the Belmont Police Department, you would search for that individual PSAP in the northern region, bring up that account, and set up the case from there. You do not need to set up a contact or choose a specific contact. As an Ebonded case, this is going directly to the Atos NOC, so you don't need a contact information. So select either the actual PSAP account or the Atos NorCal Common Network account, depending on the situation. And from there, the process is pretty much the same. Easiest way to do that is to mouse over Cases. Go ahead and select New. Now for this instance, you are going to select the Atos record type, because that tells the system when you Ebond it, it gives it the location and the address information that it needs to know in order to reach out and communicate with the Atos system. So for Atos Ebonded cases, you will select the Atos record format, click Next. Fill out all the other information, just like creating a normal case. I won't bother to do that here because I'm not going to create this case. The most important thing you need to do for creating a new Ebonded case is just click this box. So when you check this box right here that says Ebonding, that's all you need to do when you're creating an Ebonded case from scratch. There is another method if you need to take an existing case and do what's called a late bond. We'll cover that in a different video. This is creating a new case from scratch that is Ebonded. So simple steps: select the appropriate account, either the PSAP account or the Atos NorCal Common Network account. Select the Atos record format, fill in the appropriate subject information, and the most important thing is to select this Ebonding checkbox. If you don't do that, then it will not Ebond. If you do that, and everything else is like we've described, then when you hit the Save button, that will send an Ebonded case over into the system. Quickly, so you'll know what a case looks like when it is Ebonded, let me go to my cases. I'm going to select the all Atos Ebonded cases. So all these are cases that are Ebonded. We'll just open one. The way you'll know a case is Ebonded is if in the details section of the case you see the Atos ticket number. There are other ways to do it, but this is the most foolproof way to do it. You'll see the Atos ticket number. You'll also see some various things in the feed section. If you see integration service now and these case logs, then you know that the case was Ebonded. But if it has an Atos ticket number, then it was Ebonded. So that's really it.